The names that are etched here on this memorial are actually among the over 59,000 men and women who actually died in the Vietnam War. Now, some 50 years later, we can look back in the times, the mood back then of this country, and the effect that that had on those who served. From this helicopter gunship perched as a war memorial in Tonawanda to a Navy patrol boat as a Vietnam veteran in its own way on display at the Naval Park, to again these names and these particular memorial walls. Help us to never forget what was going on in the jungles of Southeast Asia and how that became reality for very young men and women back then, among the 2.7 million facing war, even those on Navy ships off the coast like the 3 men we met today.
We were in high school. We feared nothing. We were young and foolish, you know? Nothing could hurt us. But then in reality, when I finally got in, I saw the reality of war, and it wasn't easy to take. I wondered about it sometimes, whether or not I was going to survive.
Gullo has other memories from back then, including a friend he lost. Do you remember that Marine?
Yes, Kenny LeCastri. He's on the wall down there.
What can you tell us about him?
Well, again, childhood friend. He quit high school and went in the Marine Corps. Next thing we know, within a year, he's gone. Sad. You know, that's some of the reality our generation had to face. I also honor my older brother, 2 tours of Nam, Green Beret, survived. So I got some history there.
Then sadly, they remember the very negative mood of some in this nation. It was also an ordeal to come home from the war zone.
When you got in the airport, you could see people would yell at you, and that, especially the guys that were wounded in wheelchairs and stuff, and they were getting a lot of negative attention and things like that, so you just shut up.
Fortunately, they have the pride back, but some still suffering with illnesses like cancer from exposure to a defoliant used by the military to clear the thick jungles back then.
A lot of them are still dying from Vietnam because of Agent Orange, and they brought that home with them. That's the difficulty that's going on today.
As I look back on that wall, I see the name of Kenneth LeCastri right there, who the one veteran referred to. My own brother, by the way, was among those Vietnam-era veterans, and I remember vividly back in the late 60s at the Philadelphia airport, he was coming back in his Army uniform. He was harassed. I saw that personally as a young boy. A positive point here, over 1 million Vietnamese refugees settled in this country after the war, went on, most of them, to live very productive lives. And ironically, Vietnam now viewed as one of our potential allies in case there would be a conflict with China in the South Pacific. On your side here at the Buffalo waterfront, I'm Ron Plants, Channel 2 News. Back to you.